It's going to be fine. What we're doing is we're figuring everything out. We're figuring it out and we're doing it together. So, what, you want compressor?
Yeah, I'll take
You just want some stuff on your voice?
Yeah, make me sound like I'm in an auditorium.
All right.
And from that, no, I always go to my Morgan Freeman. And from that day forward, I need to step back from that day forward, and from the second day forward.
Oh, what? Ugh. Yeah, I have to stop it and do this. God damn it. Ugh. Toby's gotta have his fucking compressor.
Hey, you can fix this shit later if you want. I'm just gonna be talking loud then, because I'm gonna have to lean in. Put that shit on a pedestal.
Put what shit on a pedestal?
The puss.
Is that better, Toby?
Hello. It's now I can hear the airwaves.
Yeah, because it's a compressor. It's gonna compress it.
Compress on my airwaves.
Compress it on your airwaves. Well, you got two running right now. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, let's double compress this shit.
Let's not. See, that's better.
Hello. Yeah.
See, there you go, Toby.
That's good.
All right. So now, here we go.
Oh, it's bitch.
We got this a bitch a going.
All right, good. Where do we go from now? About the video.
What?
The video's already going?
Yeah, it's recording.
It's been taking everything I've been saying down, hasn't it?
Yes. Yes, Toby.
It's dangerous.
It's not.
So,
dangerous.
Dave, welcome to my show.
Welcome to your show. Welcome to our show. Welcome to A Drink and a Joint with Toby and Davey.
This has been great.
It's been great. We just started. Toby's drunk as fuck, just to let you know. Toby is so drunk.
I'm loving it.
It's about 8:30 at night, and this is
You
usually
have to tell them the time of
this
the
is
day.
well no because it's fucking listen for the context, you
Still.
Ugh. We usually are done with the podcast around now, is what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay, that's fair to me.
Ugh, fuck, Toby. But anyways, welcome. I think this is episode 15, Toby.
Oh.
Yeah, 15. And we're very happy that you guys have gone this far with us. However many of you there are, because podcast doesn't give us analytics yet. Toby's getting into his wine. So yeah, what are you drinking? I'll give you a second.
Some Cave and Cove.
Cave and Cove.
Some Moscato.
Okay, that's all right. I am probably going to be sipping on just an old Heineken.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll be all right.
It's a skunk beer.
It is a skunk beer.
Like that.
But we got some fun stuff in store for you guys today. We are going to... Do you have news?
Of course. Just give me 20 minutes.
And
no.
All right.
I wasn't told.
Well, I'll try to rustle up some news real quick. And while I'm doing that, Toby, why don't you tell them? Well, no, why don't you tell them what the show's all about?
Well, when you really get down to it, we two people, and we get together and we question whether we're people or not, and we question all the things around us, and every once in a while we smoke some weed.
Oh, that's right.
You know, but besides that, it's 420. Well, now it's 4:23, but it's still in the time to do what we do. And my love goes out to all those people just questioning themselves.
All the babies' mamas and babies' mamas' mamas.
Oh yeah, of course the mothers, but even you kids, because we're not allowed to talk to kids anymore.
Me, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I told Toby to fucking...
The ad words won't let us talk to kids no more, bro.
Dude, you don't need to talk to kids. You do not need to talk to kids.
I needed somebody to talk to me.
Fuck. I don't look for actual news.
We're gonna start over.
We're gonna start over right now. Just kidding. We're not gonna start over. Let's see here. 7 wounded in Paris knife attack.
Damn, he got away with a lot.
7 wounded, including 2 British tourists in Paris knife attack. 7 people, including 2 British tourists, were wounded Sunday in Paris after they were attacked by a man armed with a knife and an iron bar, according to police and other sources.
So he could have been windmilling with both of them, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Coming at you like a windmill.
I was thinking like upwards windmill.
Oh,
just
okay.
Knife out, bar out.
Oh, like just spinning in a circle. Yeah. Okay, but that's not windmilling.
Well, that's an upward windmill.
Whatever, Toby. A source close to the inquiry said the suspect has been arrested and is believed to be an Afghan national. Nothing at this stage shows signs of a terrorist nature in these assaults, the sources said, adding to the attacker had targeted strangers in the street. Of the 7 wounded, 4 are in critical condition, police said. The incident took place just after 11 p.m. on the banks of a canal in the northeast of the capital. A security guard at one of 2 cinemas on either side of the canal... Oh, fuck. They had to put a French word in there. Canal de Oloc... Yep, that's it. Said he saw a man who had already assaulted people being chased by 2 other men who tried to stop him. He had an iron bar in his hand, which he threw at the men chasing him. Then he took out a knife. A police investigation has been launched for attempted murder, according to a judicial source. I hate that they still put the fact in there that it is not, there's no terrorist allegation just because the guy's Afghan in nationality.
Yeah.
There are just a lot of fucking people from there that have immigrated other places or generations ago immigrated. Right? It's fucking ridiculous that that's still a thing that is happening. It's not always terrorism, guys, and there are more Muslims on the planet than really anyone else, so
terrorism's
chill the fuck out. Yeah.
That's what they're saying, I think, more than anything. It's like everything is terrorism. Right. If it goes outside your house and encroaches upon someone's life, it's terrorism.
Even in fucking like middle school, when they started the war on terror, I knew it was fucking stupid.
Well, that was the
how you gonna fight a word
of the war on drugs,
right?
You know, it's just a second step from fucking Reagan shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're just playing off that same field of like attacking the low class. You know, those just reasons for bugging. And
why don't we just have Netflix up behind us? I don't know if we can get in trouble for that.
Go away.
Get out of here, Netflix. Hold the speak. I don't want to hold the speak.
Get out of here.
Anyways, yeah, it's just bogus that people are still categorized in such a manner. This guy's just a crazy guy. You should just let him be a crazy guy. He doesn't have to be a suspected terrorist. Yeah. You don't have to mention terrorism if there isn't any terror involved. I mean, he was causing terror. I mean, I guess maybe he was a terrorist.
Yeah. That is the line for
but I don't think it had anything to do with his nationality. Maybe he's just a crazy motherfucker, you know?
Just mention that
and it doesn't make any sense.
They're just playing sides.
One news story down. See, Toby, it's not so fucking hard.
I don't even know where they are. Let news come to me.
Let's see here. Giant trap is deployed to catch plastic littering the Pacific Ocean. A multi-million-dollar floating boom designed to corral plastic debris littering the Pacific Ocean deployed from San Francisco Bay on Saturday as part of a larger, high-stakes, and ambitious undertaking. The 2,000-foot-long...
It's the worst fishing ever.
The 2,000-foot-long unmanned structure was the product of about $20 million in funding from the Ocean Cleanup, a nonprofit that aims to trap up to 150,000 pounds of plastic during the boom's first year at sea. That's crazy. Within 5 years, the creation of dozens of more booms, the organization hopes to clean half of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
Oh, now, how are these traps, these basically fucking ropes pulled together?
It's a net.
What are they supposed to...
It's a trash net.
How do they tell plastic from big fish and from, you know...
They can't. They will always... It's just going to be there. Yeah.
That they shouldn't pull up. I don't know.
Yeah, they're
just pulling out pounds of ocean material.
Yeah.
Come up to.
Well, I mean, what are they going to do with it when they get it out?
Well, you eat half of it because it's fish. And the other half, you burn it down, make more plastic shit.
Okay, so you would just so they're getting it out to recycle it, but what about the stuff you can't recycle? What do you do with that? You throw it in another fucking landfill? I'm all about cleaning up the ocean, but I want us to have a plan. Are we gonna end up doing like the giant garbage ball to space?
Now that's an idea. The Futurama thing.
Yeah, shoot it into space.
That's an idea, but no, that will never work. We don't want to litter space anymore. We don't want to litter anywhere. That's the point.
Then why do we keep making shit that makes just non-degradable nonsense?
Can't be recycled in some way.
Mm-hmm.
I think the answer would be to kill all the people making the plastic. How about just go to the source?
Right, but you can recycle plastic. You can keep it going. But what about the shit that you can't recycle?
One of the first things that couldn't be. It's not biodegradable though. It can be recycled, but it can't be put back into the earth. You know. I remember there's that I lived on that commune for just a minute in Santa Cruz. And there was those people that worked at the local college there, Cabrillo College, and with UC Santa Cruz. And they had this plan, and they got the money together. They did what they could, I suppose, with the college project. But they basically rented a helicopter and got all these natural essential metals, and they spread them out into waters and all these hillsides that have been drilled and taken all the natural resources from. So they replenish these hills with the natural metals that used to be. I know it's like a small step of like how we could save what we've taken from it is just giving it back.
Okay, so you put it back in the earth, and then you put the metals into it so the earth can break it back down.
Yeah, and replenish itself.
Yeah.
Through, we're basically just breaking off a percentage. Now, see, that would be the real government to me. The real government should take care of giving back a percentage of everything we take to the earth back to the earth to keep it alive just a little bit, have it a pulse.
I mean, we've been taking advantage of it for so fucking
10%
long.
of all the metals we own, all the gold, all of the iron, everything we use,
and just give it back.
10% is a very small number when you take it from the entire world.
Right, and we should just be putting it back to Mother Nature.
Every city throws a coin in, basically. It's not even
It's just a drop in the bucket. That's all you have to do.
A cup of
coffee a day. That's right. Just the cost of a cup of coffee a day.
The idea is to just put it back. Like, fuck, sorry. I didn't mean to take. It's like, someone found out that you robbed them and they're coming to your house and you're like, well, that was my bad.
Mother Nature at the door. Mother Nature at the door.
Just give it up.
Candy gram.
Bag, at least a fucking percentage, and just put it back. That's an option that will not work because no one will give back 10% of what they own. No one anywhere. It's like as little as that could be, no one will give it up for the earth because they think the earth is an expendable product and they think the earth is just to take from. It is just like you said, mother.
Well, no,
Earth.
you've got to.
What do we do to our mothers? We just take until they're fucking dead. That's what we do. That's what most people do.
That's what you do.
Yeah, that's what people do. You take your mother's love until you
take it, and then you rip it to shreds.
What are you supposed to do with your mother's love? You're supposed to give. You can try and give it back, but you can only, if you try, give that 10% back because of what it's given to you. It gave you fucking life.
Toby gets so riled up when he's drunk.
I'm just saying.
He told me he was ready to rant, but I didn't. I wasn't quite ready.
Then nothing.
Yeah.
And that's what we have now. We have that option of to throw a coin into the fucking fountain that gave us the fountain of youth.
Give it back.
Die.
Just give that shit back. That's what I say.
Watch all of our children just fucking run out of things to breathe, run out of air to breathe, run out of materials to use. And all of these, technological advances that we've made will have been for naught now because they won't be able to be enjoyed by the people coming. It's like, it's just burying ourselves. Like, you've heard of people being buried alive, but have you ever heard of people burying themselves alive? That seems counterproductive.
Right, especially, unless you know that you need to take yourself out. Unless you know that you're doing something better for the gene pool.
Now we're to where we
need to be. Yes. Now we're at the culling. This is where we're always trying to get to. Always trying to get to a culling. We got to take people out. We got to get rid of half.
27th Street, whatever city you live in.
Yeah, there's always an East 27th Street.
Yes,
you go
there,
past the hookers.
Yeah. Well,
bro, it's East 27th Street. Oh, Toby wants you to rally the hookers together and form a posse.
And drop them off at my house and then kill yourself.
Form a mecha Godzilla of hookers. And then you march yourself.
Hey, all we need is options. We just need ideas right now. This is okay. Fucking mecha stripper, whatever. I forget.
Mecha stripper Godzilla.
Mecha stripperilla. Now, okay, so take a step back. David, pull me back. Let's smoke a bowl.
Okay.
Pull me back from whatever that was.
All right. Well, I'll let you pack a bowl, and I'm gonna find us some softer news, so maybe you don't get so fucking riled up. Hey, you crazy drunk hobo.
For the first time. Isn't that what that song said?
I'm alive for the first time. No, that's how it goes. That's how that song goes. I'm alive for the first time.
That's probably closer.
Yeah. That's it. I'm alive. I'm alive. 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. It's not. 6 feet is not very far down. You can easily survive.
It ain't so far down. That's what it's saying. It's like I could.
He says maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. So that means at one point he thought it was pretty far.
Like that's like the core of the earth, right? 6 feet.
Well, he's 6 feet from the edge.
Yeah, well,
and 6 feet isn't so far down. So you're 6 feet from the edge, and then at the edge it's 6 feet down. Or did he just not understand? So we could argue it
because I know nothing about this subject, and neither do anyone.
Oh no, the flat earthers. Yeah, they're a crazy bunch.
Well, I wouldn't call them crazy. I'm glad that people are questioning these old ideals. So
they're not questioning. They believe in them.
Well, no, I just like that people are still questioning shit more than anything.
That's not them questioning it. That's them being a fucking idiot.
I don't like people sitting down and being like, "This is fact forever, and we will never learn anything
Toby,
more."
But are you gonna be the flat earther? Do you think the Earth is flat?
I don't know what it is.
You don't believe that the Earth is a sphere?
Been on the crust, I haven't.
Yeah. I ain't been through the fucking. I ain't been through the lava. I ain't been through the undercrust.
And the spaces above too. It's like I don't know. All these people are arguing this, never seen it, so it's hard to take offense.
Yeah.
And it's hard to take a side because it's just like two ants arguing whether it was rainy out. I could have just been pissing. That is a good one. I just lost my fucking
there you go.
headphones because that was so funny to me. Well, at least I can make myself laugh. That if we can get anything out of this world, God damn it, make yourself laugh. I am fine and enjoying my time. What the fuck is that?
So
David's looking at some weird.
No, so this woman got drunk and accidentally kidnapped a dog. We all know that not every night out ends well. If you're lucky, you might escape with nothing but a pounding hangover and a bruised ego, but sometimes you can end up with more than you bargained for. This was the case recently for Tony Robinson. Not Tony Robbins. It's a female named Tony Robinson, who woke up the morning after. Yeah, not a self-help billionaire, some dumb drunk bitch. Who woke up the morning after a night out to find she and her friends had drunkenly taken a stranger's dog home. Before you panic, the article says, the dog was unleashed and wandering the streets, or at least according to the World News, and Robinson found its owners and reunited them all. But bemused, she shared her experiences on Snapchat and attracted viral traffic for obvious reasons. In her defense, the dog, whom they decided to name Violet, is ridiculously cute and apparently had no problem following them home and staying the night.
That disloyal dog.
But in a bizarre twist, this is not the first time that this girl has done this. Violet is now the third dog that she's kidnapped while she was drunk. She's even coined a nickname for her drunken dog-loving alter ego, Patricia. She named Patty.
Oh my god. When is fucking Unbreakable 2 coming out? God
yeah.
No, I don't like that at all. I don't trust her. I don't trust her goddamn family.
You don't trust her?
Her fucking Bible thumping Alabamian, fucking simple-minded, raised eyebrow ass family.
Right. Fuck that. Don't steal dogs. Dogs are precious to the people that own them. Well, if the dog was
in her mind, she might have been trying to return them.
I'll just return you in the morning.
Hey, where's your mom? I don't see you. You mine now.
You is mine's now.
And just put it online. Hey, dog found. And it's like, no
found your dog.
Yet. I guess you mine still. Dog still found.
What kind of dog?
No picture.
Yeah, no picture, no description.
You're mine.
Uses mine's now.
Third dog. Why don't her parents just fucking buy her a dog? Like, get something up from the pound. There's plenty of dogs need to be
just
adopted.
buy the fucking dog. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, you can get one for free if you just give it shots.
All you guys to do is buy the fucking dog. That's all you guys to do.
But who is to say what vaccines are good for? You know, let's get into that because I don't even believe in vaccines.
Vaccines, I mean, like, we can touch on it if you want.
No, I'm kidding.
All right. Well, do you want to get into, like, what we're getting into today? You want to get into it?
Talk to me about something.
Talk to you about something?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've both been kind of Elon Musk has been in the news a little bit lately after he appeared on Joe Rogan. Now, we love Joe Rogan. Shout out to Mr. Rogan, yeah. Mr. Joe Rogan. He's awesome. He's a great guy and a great podcaster. He's a really hard hitter when these interviews. He doesn't really pull punches.
I love it.
And it's great. And he recently had Elon Musk on, and Elon has been getting a lot of flack for getting high, but everybody gets high with Joe Rogan. Everybody, if you're on Joe Rogan's show, you're getting high with him. You're smoking weed with him.
There's been very few people that said no, and it's just because their circumstance at the time, you know.
And so it's very, very strange that people would
beyond that,
you know, well, people are like, well, he shouldn't be sending people into space if he's smoking weed, but it's weed. You guys are ridiculous.
No, geniuses have a pass for things like this, and like, I would say this pass exists for all beings that they would accept it, and it is the pass to take this gamble with your mind,
right,
to find out things that you couldn't have found out going upon your path steadily. You know, the path isn't steady.
Right.
It doesn't need to be. You need to take risks. There needs to be alternate routes that you find throughout your path. And this is one of those. This is like the mind like that. He didn't even think about it because he's trying to learn still.
Yeah.
You know? And even though he doesn't smoke weed readily, he was still open to the opportunity. That's my main point on that, is that to be open-minded is to be a genius. An unrealized genius, because maybe you haven't been to the place in your mind that you need to go to figure out the thing you need to do, that other people would call you a standardized human genius. But
yeah,
if you have your mind open enough to question things that you have for your entire life questioned, then maybe kill yourself. I say that because it's the most dramatic ideal of that thought. You know, I have to take it to the absolute extreme for you to even be comfortable with the commenting of death.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know where that comes from, but I have to be okay with the inevitable. And so therefore, I'm allowed to question things. I'm allowed to do whatever new thing I find in front of me today, just because I don't know. And I'm not positive, and no one is, and anyone intelligent could say the same, that they're still learning, that they still don't know. And so why not? Why would people criticize him for going outside of his character a little bit, you know?
Well, even then, like, he really loosened up in those interviews.
He's also got these muscles in his face that don't seem human. Like, there's like extra like maybe he smiled too much, and I've just never seen someone that smiled that much in their lifetime. But there's some extra muscular features which I love. Like even Joe Rogan asked him if he was an alien,
right? And he said yes. He said yes. He's like, yeah.
Well, he restrained from answering clearly because he's like,
well, no,
to a human, I'm smart,
yeah.
But to them, I would be, he considered himself as a. It's the same thing, though. A dumb alien and a smart human are the same species.
Right.
Like, they're the top of one end of a chromosome, and the bottom of one end.
Yeah.
So it's like they meet at the same place.
Well, it's interesting. Do you think that he has like any kind of extraterrestrial link?
I think that we all do, and maybe he has a little bit extra, maybe.
Or he's just closer to it, or
possibly. Yeah. He was from South Africa.
But again, where does his fucking accent come from? Because it's not a South African accent.
There is lots of South Africa, as we've seen with fucking Dave Matthews. We can see that there is no clear accent coming out of that part of the. See, Africa has such an old fucking history. It's one of the oldest.
But he lived in South Africa. That's like a British colony.
Every fucking being that that's on Earth comes from there, and they've been the closest connection that we have in our timeline to like extraterrestrials, right?
Right.
So the southern of Africa would have just been some people that that hid. To me, that's what it seems like to me. It's like they have a futuristic facial structure,
right?
Things like that, and yet they're from one of the oldest places on the earth.
Okay.
And it seems contradictory that they would be that close to some of the oldest fucking humans.
Right.
But I don't know if that's a connection or not. I don't really know. I've never been to South.
Well, it's just yeah. Okay, so his mom was Canadian.
Yeah.
His mom is a Canadian model. She's like a model and actress, I think. And she married a South African engineer.
Good genes, smarts.
Yeah. And then they lived in South Africa for a while. And
he's the future.
but a really fun. So his mom was famous, and his dad was a well-renowned engineer. They divorced, and Elon pretty well stayed with his dad. But Musk's grandparents on his mother's side were adventurers.
What does that even mean?
Musk's maternal grandparents were Dr. Joshua and Wynne Haldeman, celebrities in their own time for their expeditions to find the lost city of Kalahari, which legends held was located somewhere in southern Africa's Kalahari Desert. Yeah. In 1948, at age 45, Dr. Haldeman, a chiropractor in Saskatchewan, Canada, and a leader in local politics, got his pilot's license. With his small single-engine airplane, he could spend more time at his practice and less time traveling by train, according to an article by the Canadian Chiropractic Association. What?
Well, the more I hear about his history, the less I believe there's an actual, first-hand involvement in his genes from other beings,
Right.
It seems more like he was just a prodigy of genes, of genetic material. They were adventurers, engineers, models, all things that were prized and well taken care of throughout the world,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd say it's more of just a product of one of our best genetic combinations.
But he used to go on these expeditions with them.
Yeah.
He used to
That's where he got his creativity from.
It could also be where he stumbled upon an artifact that bestowed him with infinite knowledge.
Okay. All right. No,
we're still on this. We're still on this. How do we go up to the thing? Help.
Go away.
Go. It's not going.
It tries. It doesn't.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think that he probably stumbled upon some lost artifact. But it's crazy. This motherfucker. He sold. So he just made $10 million real quick by making flamethrowers. The Boring Company put out flamethrowers. He made 20,000 of them, sold them for $500 a piece.
Yeah, they're not real.
They're not real flamethrowers. They are roof torches with rifle casings on them. And he's
I love that he doesn't
fucking ridiculous.
Consider the
he's like, I told him not to do it.
Yeah. I think the audacity of a genius like that. I have all this information.
And Joe Rogan was
give
like,
it to you, and you better take care of
Yeah.
it, or you're gonna kill each other. I'm gonna be dead soon, so
Well,
I'm
yeah.
not even gonna see the ramifications of this.
I really,
So I think there's a sense, there's a sense of fucking audacity, of cockiness that like reigns upon the genius to like whether or not to let these things out. You know, that's why fucking Da Vinci kept a fucking diary. They didn't tell anyone about it because he thought people were gonna use it to kill each other with, right? And this is a modern day pseudo genius. I'll at least say that is releasing information on people that
he's just a genius.
With no regards to the
it's not about the consequences. It's because it's not about trusting people or anything. It's they have the right.
It's about letting the information out.
They have a right to have it. Like
I like that.
He's like, I made this. Why can't people buy it?
Yeah. They're gonna do what they're gonna do with it, whether I give them the tools or not. You know? So might as well give them. It's information. Yes.
I thought it was great that he was like, it's a dumb idea. It's a stupid idea. It's like,
but people will die.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed,
I agree.
the thing about his look on AI, because he was just like, I mean, it's gonna happen. You know, AI will take over. And so like he even brought up, haven't I always been worried that AI was gonna take over? I don't really think about it too much, but if I do start to think about it, I see where it goes. And it's either one way or the other. Well, no, it's just like it's either gonna. I mean, I believe it ends kind of like Elon said. Like it's only gonna be a bad thing if people use it against other people.
Yeah. I disagree.
You think it'll become sentient to a point? You just watched that Ex Machina movie though, and that's what
I've been ready for 20 years of my life. Like, no. It is already there. It's already sentient, you know? They're already...
right.
Just because they keep control of the beings that they're getting sentient doesn't mean that they can control the idea of technology becoming sentient, you know? Just because they were the ones that led them into it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist already. And that's the point to where people think they have control over the machines that they make.
Well, they've had to destroy AI before because it got too self-aware.
Okay, so imagine human though. If something took over the world, right? Some other being took over the world. Wouldn't all human become one of three things? They would be fight, flight, or hide. Yeah. You know, they would run, they would shoot, or they would hide. And the only ones that would survive would be the hiders. And so there's this...
why that? Why do you say that it would only be the hiders?
The ones that shoot get killed, right? There's the adapter. You know, the second is the...
Who's the adapter,
The runners are the adapters. The runners are the ones that are completely in fear of this being. And they give themselves up. So the being comes down. They're so afraid of them that they don't want to fight anymore. Now they need to run, right? That's the two options that they say that the human mind has, right? Fight or flight. So that flight idea is to give up. That flight idea, once they catch you, you're on the, you'll
or to regroup.
You're not fighting anymore though. You've given up fight. Now you're running. So to run is to give up, and to run is to flee, right? So now those people are on the ship. Those people are taken as test subjects. The hiders will be the only ones that exist, and that's the third option. And the people that hid under, right? All of the fucking
that makes me think of
shit. All the people hiding underground with fucking bullets ready for people to come.
Fucking
down
John Goodman.
Corn.
Yeah. Did you ever see that?
Yes, the
Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
I love that shit. John Goodman.
I believe in those people because that seems.
Well, there are so many of them out there.
That would exist though after that.
When we get our mansion, are we going to put a thing on the property?
That any country or the entire Earth has enough weaponry that could compare to the being that you're imagining coming down and destroying.
Well, then I would like to posit to you that maybe you shouldn't discount our governments being ready for some weapons. Because if you prescribe to the school of thought that we've been in contact with extraterrestrials and we've been reverse engineering their technology for 50 hundreds, thousands of years, then we've probably got things to defend ourselves.
I do think there's a thin line that the line itself is called idiocy. And I think there is a human fucking flaw in gathering this information and passing this information on that happened from the first hieroglyphics. It's like they didn't write down any fucking legends to teach us how to read the hieroglyphics. Do you see? That's the first like human flaw right there, thinking that they will understand you in a different time. And I think that's one of our main flaws with this weaponry and things like that. Maybe we've come in contact with it.
I don't think that's idiocy. I believe that's something called hubris.
Well, that again would apply to like the fucking balls of man thinking that they can talk to other people clearly and not have to leave guides.
Oh, just being like, oh, my language is the language that's always going to be around, and
So, I still don't think we have even a quarter of the information that we've been given as a human race. So we're again left defenseless because we haven't properly documented and grown these things publicly, because again, like that percentage of people that you say are working on it, which I agree, there may be barely 2% that even know about it, of the population of the earth, and within that, maybe the 5% that actually worked on it and knew how it worked, like I don't think that those specific people, now we're talking about like 10 people. Yeah. Those 10 people really have the knowledge that.
But those 10 people, those people would quickly turn into that, because you think about how fast that they would throw something like a fucking laser rifle onto a production line if something were about to go down. Like but again, like we just implemented something called Space Force.
Yeah. No, we're on the way to those ideals.
There's got to be something that they're going up there with. If they're sending military into the space, they're not going to send them up into space with fucking bullets.
They announced that wasn't, the Space Force wasn't to anything to do with satellites or any ground control things. So they can't send bombs. They're not supposed to spend. That's not what the Space Force, they announced publicly. Yeah. That's not what they're worried about. They're worried about things like above, like let's go fucking Buzz Lightyear, it's like there's the above, which is where the satellites and all this space junk is floating on, like, so they would have some jurisdiction over this area, and then what they're fighting would be the beyond, right? So fucking
so what are they getting ready for? What do they know that we don't?
There could be so many things. There's no questioning. There's really not even the time to question what it could be, because of so many things that it could be. And they don't know either, is the point. They know maybe slightly more specific than your imagination could be, but they don't know. We don't. I mean, just remember the condition, the human fucking conditions. Like, we're supposed to look up at the stars. If we knew already, we wouldn't look up.
But
at the
I
stars.
don't.
We wouldn't have questions to ask if we knew already.
But that just comes with disclosure, because I think that people have been around for billions of years on this planet. Yeah, man.
How can you know anything? It's a high school life. Politics is a high school, right? It's like, just because that bitch over there saw a ghost and passed it around the room, by the time it gets to you,
how you passing around a ghost?
It's a post,
There's no ghost.
No, I'm talking about
you
telephone.
Can't be passed.
Telephone?
Okay.
That's what politics is. Like, that person over there may have seen something that could change everyone's life, but we're not allowed to talk about it out loud, so it gets passed through ears.
Yeah.
And so there's no fucking telling. Like, you can't settle on anything confidently, or you're leaving something out.
Right.
And that is what keeps me just I like to be a little bit ignorant in the fact that I don't know anything, and I like to be happy not knowing anything. Right. The only person that could do that is someone that's ignorant. So I try to lean towards that more than anything, because all that questioning gets you is more answers. And answers are just fucking questions that haven't been proven wrong yet. And then you're back where you started.
This has been a drinking a joint with drunk ass Toby.
I'm having fun talking to you, bro.
Yeah, well, yeah. Fuck. Yeah, where are we at?
What do you think about zombies?
What do I think about zombies? We're on the zombie portion now.
Let's see.
Yeah, we can talk about zombies for 20 minutes.
What do you think, though? Do you think they're plausible or
just
off the top of your head?
I know that we can. I know that we could probably engineer some sort of chemical that could be put into a gas form or into a spray that could inhibit certain parts of your brain and also ramp up other parts of your brain.
Yeah, it could be viral.
Yeah. So you could definitely weaponize something like that to turn people into rage zombies.
That's the point, is weaponizing it.
Yeah, that would be the only reason you would do it.
If you did
unless it was an
virus,
accident.
If you did it through it like we talk about AI or some chip that took over a mind.
Yeah, dude, have you seen Upgrade? Maybe. Have you seen Upgrade? You need to watch this movie called Upgrade. It's so fucking good. Okay. We need to do a commentary on it. Yes. We should don't watch it yet. I'll get a well, no, because I don't have time for that tonight.
Is it long? Is it a movie?
It's a movie.
Okay.
But it's like what you're talking about, and it's great.
See, that seems more plausible to me than a virus or an airborne virus or anything like that taking over people. And again, once you said weaponizing, you can't weaponize something that is biological. Now it is just taken over them. You may have, like you said, their rage center. You may have accented that part of their mind, but you can't control their emotions. They still have these pieces of their mind that would make them do other things. Right. So that's one of my main things too. If this virus took over, there'd be a lot of them just fucking. And
no. You cut out memory. You cut out the frontal lobe. Personality.
Oh, yeah. That's their decision making.
Yeah. Cut that out and just throw up rage. And then I think you got it.
I still think there's too many variables there for because no, it's a statistics thing for me. There would only be a small portion of the zombies that acted like they wanted to, and the rest would be acting like fucking people that had diseases. Someone would be running to hospitals trying to heal themselves. They would be scared, even if now we're saying they lost their consciousness too, right? Are we saying? You
can inhibit different parts of the brain with certain chemicals.
Have they lost their consciousness? Are we just controlling the body's movements for a few more hours?
But no. This would deteriorate. This thing that I'm making up right now on the spot, this disease that makes zombies that I'm making up right now.
They all fell. Like every zombie movie you've seen, the person dies.
And then they are reanimated.
So their consciousness is gone, right? So we're just controlling their muscle memory at this point. We just have a virus that can. Now that is way more plausible. If their consciousness is not an issue, and then we don't have to worry about emotions and just daily. Simple things like that. When they met another zombie, their mind would revert to all these human contact thing. It would go into talking about the weather,
right?
Shit, it would just snap back into that if it had consciousness. So maybe they didn't have consciousness, and there's a virus that can just control your muscle memory and just turn on the rage, and you kill until you're dead.
Yeah,
maybe.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a multiple choice question.
Okay.
What zombie type are you most afraid of? Which one gets under your skin more? Yeah, I know. A, is it the George A. Romero zombies, from Night of the Living Dead, the first original zombies, slow, black and white, just
constant but true.
Yes,
can't climb.
But they are brute in force and many in number. And so B, we've got. Let's see. Let's go with. Walking Dead zombies.
Okay. Explain a little bit.
Okay, so the walkers are more again, they're constant. Some of them are fast. Some of them are trained by other people, apparently you can't hear them. They just show up. That's the weird fucking thing about that show, is that when zombies show up, you don't hear them before they're there.
Okay, keep going.
Or C, 28 days later, rage zombies. It's those. Yes. It's always those. They always
can climb
the rage
walls
zombies.
And shit.
That was I don't think anything had been done like that before that movie. Those rage zombies, man.
they don't give you time to reload or find a new place to hide.
Yeah.
Like, now, me personally, if I'm gonna die either way, I'm gonna die at 12 p.m. tonight, and I have 3 different types of zombies to fight.
Yeah.
I would pick the same one that I'll be afraid of, because I'm gonna go out I'm gonna pop like 100 of them before I die.
But if you've got the we're gonna get into something else. How would you deal with? Did you ever see the movie It Follows?
Yeah.
The sex demon.
Fucking It Follows you forever.
How would you deal with it?
Oh. No, I had plenty of ideas while I was watching the movie.
Right.
But I guess the only way to deal with it is to fuck someone else and give it off. But
right, but how do you ensure
that it'll leave you alone?
Right. How do you ensure that it never gets back to you?
Contract AIDS.
What?
Yeah, that's what that whole movie's about.
No.
That's what It Follows is, spreads HIV.
No, if anything, it's if anything, it's like Ghani or gonorrhea.
Why? Because it hurts?
Yeah. Dude, the creepiest one is the tall guy in the hallway. Like one of the girls is like standing in the hallway, and then like just this like giant dude is like walking down the hallway with no eyes. That's like the worst one. But I would think that there would be some way to. So the one kid had it right when he had sex with a hooker.
Yeah, because the hooker pass it off someone that's gonna die.
Right.
Yeah. To get rid of it forever. Yeah.
Because they'd keep fucking. And then, but you'd hope that the person who fucked the prostitute would keep fucking other people who would keep fucking other people. But that would have to be before it got to them. So wouldn't what you should do, I feel like you'd have to bring people in on it.
Are you ready?
I feel like you'd have to Ocean's 11 the It Follows demon.
Someone's got a block. Someone's got to be shooting over in the corner. Someone with their dick out.
Yeah.
It'll distract them just for a second.
Well, it's just like you've got to get people together on it. It's like because like if you fuck somebody, you'd have to travel first. You'd have to go to like England.
About to die like on the deathbed.
But then it comes right back to you. It just goes down the line.
After they die, it goes back down the line.
Yes.
Oh, so you make
it doesn't just die with you. Yeah. How do you make sure it never comes back?
Just have a spree in Europe. You know.
Yeah.
I like your prostitute idea because go down exponential.
But even then, you'd have to like fuck a prostitute in like Amsterdam.
Yeah. Quick turnover.
Right.
And a multitude of numbers from each one of their.
But then you got to think. But you'd have to make sure that the next person that they had sex with was someone from another country.
Oh, wait,
because
countries. I don't remember.
Well, yes, because it walks everywhere. It that's why it's so slow.
That's why it takes so long.
Because it walks. So you could fly to another country.
Another country, and it's like you just outlive it.
Yes.
Getting back to you. Nah.
No, I asked you how you'd beat it.
I say.
Because you can't kill it.
Go up with your choking hands.
Go up with your choking hands. Get your choking hands on. Put your choking hands on.
Show that It Follows bitch what it is.
Doesn't have to be a bitch. It's kind of whatever you want it to be. But I just thought about that because it's kind of zombie-ish. It's zombie-ish. It's more demon-like, but zombie-ish in its approach.
You have it? Give it to me. I'll kill it.
I don't have it. No, Toby. I'm not gonna give you a sexually transmitted demon.
Thanks for looking out. That's what this show's all about. Looking out for STDs.
We'd like to come to you now with a public service announcement about the clap.
Yeah.
It'll get you.
These girls will burn you. Do you mean metaphorically or physically? You piss and tell me.
All right. That's fun. Wow, this podcast has really gone down. We should not do that. We should not do them at night.
Ones?
Yeah, this is nah.
This is good.
Yeah, Toby digs the podcast after dark.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Adult content.
But
only.
it goes onto YouTube on like Wednesday afternoons.
Oh, okay. Balls.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah,
all right, Toby. Well,
a little bit.
okay. So what you been? Yeah.
I'm playing video games with you.
We've been playing video games. If you guys haven't been checking those out, go over to our YouTube channel. If you're listening to this on the podcast, you go over to our YouTube channel, and we've got we did the worst decisions you can make relatively on Until Dawn, and that was fun. That was a 4-parter. You guys can go enjoy that.
Now we're on fucking
The Evil Within. Yeah.
That shit is fun. You are constantly chased by a psycho killer and or demons and
it's still kind of Assassin's Creed. Under all of it, it's still Assassin's Creed.
It's still a teleporter that it's showing your memories through. You never know. But
my memories.
That's fun.
I'm going back in my mind.
I love playing those horror walkthroughs, dude. They're so fun. I want to play.
So yeah, we do some fun commentaries on those. You guys should check those out.
Is the next one we're gonna do.
Okay.
That one's a VR game, but
we don't have that, so
we're gonna play through it in the dark with the candle on, high as fuck.
Yeah, so that's what we'll do.
Might as well
be VR. We've also oh guys.
We're playing it. We're playing this raw and thick.
Well, yeah. On that new game we've been playing, we got stuck. We got stuck real hard. Like half of the second episode is just us trying to get through this level.
Got it, though. Come on,
we
got it.
Yeah, just sheer willpower. Just gunning and running.
That's what they wanted. They just wanted you to unload on them.
Yeah. After you set them on fire.
Just take that as an example for your life.
Yeah. Yep.
Just
set it on fire, back up and shoot.
Whatever you know you're supposed to do, just do it over and over again and to the face.
Yes, constantly. It's a win. Yep. And other than that, we did a commentary. We did a commentary on a really shitty magic show that's on Netflix called Magic for Humans.
More shit talking on magic shows.
God,
I think you should watch a bunch more magic shows.
Just different magic shows.
They're all fucking dicks.
Yeah, because it's just all fake. It's so fake. And they say it's not staged, but it's staged. I know it's staged. I'm an actor. I know what this is. No, we're not gonna do one right now.
Yes, dude.
No, Toby. No.
All right.
No, Toby. Simmer down now.
I'm back.
You can take off work tomorrow, and we'll do some.
Maybe. Okay. Let's do some Carbonaro.
What?
You ever heard that Carbonaro effect? He's the dickiest dick of the magicians.
Oh.
Like, you thought you saw a bad magician? No, you haven't seen a bad magician.
Carbonaro
you thought
effect.
Chris Angel was a dick? Wait till you see this pump ass motherfucker. Pump is short for pumps.
Yeah, I understand.
Pump ass. Alright, so
we actually
dick out coming to you. We're gonna be ready. We're gonna be hating.
You're gonna be ready. Gonna be hating. Nah.
Hit us up on some shit. Hit us up on whatever we got. We're on Twitter.
Yeah.
On,
at
YouTube.
T Davey. We're on YouTube at Toby and Davey. Yep.
That for me, just personally.
Subscribe. Yes, please subscribe. Hit that bell icon.
Some likes if you feel like.
What else can they do?
You can hit us up on some straight emails if you want us.
That's Toby and Davey.
Yeah.
It's Toby and Davey at gmail.com. There you go.
Let's put out. Fine.
All right, guys. This was fun. This was a shorter one, but yeah, we'll catch you guys. We'll catch you guys next week. It'll be all right. We'll come a little more prepared and a little less.
Bite you. All
right. Deuces, everybody.
Get away.
Yeah.
Talking about